happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Duran Duran. We're going back to their 1986 album, Notorious. I'm really enjoying this album, and as I've said in a couple videos now, it's like I'm listening to the albums before this, both earlier Duran albums and also at least one of the side projects, Arcadia. I've been listening to Big Thing. Eventually I'm going to get Liberty, but I'm also listening to the Wedding album, and it's just the sort of general or larger expansive history and sort of sonic legacy of Duran Duran is becoming increasingly clear. Still a lot of stitching together to do, still a lot of immersion to go through, many rabbit holes to go down. There's a couple albums that will be at my place in about a week, both Pop Trash and Red Carpet Massacre. I know there's a couple others like Astronaut and I think what's Thank You. So yeah, and I do know Diamond in the Mind, there is another live album that is from the era of All You Need Is Now. I'm very excited. I do need to get that. I haven't ordered it yet. Again, I gotta wait till I make some more purchases, but I do want to get that because I've been loving that album, and I looked at the track list for a Diamond in the Mind, the live disc, and it's a lot of the songs that I really enjoy. So yeah, I'm gonna get a copy of that eventually. So at some point we'll have more live Duran, and I still have a couple songs left on Arena. But yeah, before we get to those, we're gonna listen to Winter Marches On, and I'm very excited about this. A few people have mentioned this, and a couple people even said that it has this kind of like slower, dark feel. It's almost like The Chauffeur, someone said. So I love that tune, and even if, you know, it maybe is different in some ways, just the comparison alone excites me. So very excited to go through this. The title, Winter Marches On, obviously it speaks to seasons, which speaks to sort of, you know, cyclical weather patterns, and as it relates to human society, winter marches on. There is a sort of implication that historically, certainly going back into antiquity and, you know, surely before recorded history, winter has always been more demanding of living creatures, at least in some respects, than warmer months or warmer parts of the year. Months are sort of an arbitrary human imposition on the implacable flow of time. Yeah, it speaks to the way in which, you know, when you're in the middle of winter, it seems like there is no relief, you know, whether it comes to just, you know, dealing with the cold or the way in which living things do not grow as well during winter, and the way in which, you know, it can be harder to take care of processes in terms of like social organization and so on, just because of the prohibitive nature of the weather. So yeah, I feel like it speaks to the sort of brutality of certain types of weather as they relate to human society and sort of daily struggles and seasonal struggles. But of course that could manifest in an emotional way. Like you could be in an emotional winter in which it seems like there's no relief, there's very little life or vitality anywhere you look. It could relate to like social scenarios in which like you're having a problem making connections with other people, and every time you try to do it, you're reminded that, you know, the winter marches on, like it just, you know, the freeze continues. So yeah, I feel like there's a number of different ways it could go, and we'll have to see, you know, if it is more of a metaphor or if it perhaps relates to like broad human like processes where it might be, at least in some ways, like a more literal interpretation of winter. So we'll have to see. But like I said, I'm very excited for this one because a number of you have mentioned it. So let's get straight to it. This is Duran Duran, Winter Marches On their 1986 album Notorious. marching on sort of quality of the percussion.
Soon you'll belong to the blessed. Spare us your life while we need you. Loud is the music the crowd is bringing.
Okay.
Hold out my hand as the winter marches on. Loud is the music the sky is bringing.
And mixing the concepts of weather and sound. So it's like the metaphor is profound in like both directions. The angelic vocals, like so we have a thornful crown, a thornful coronation on his head as winter marches on. There's certainly, you know, some very famous kind of iconic imagery in that, but oh my god, the sonics at the end there were incredible. Yeah, but you know, I'm wondering like, if there's sort of a sacrificial element going on here. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'd have to hear that one again. There were some lines I did pick up, and I'm interested by the imagery and the potential metaphor. And like I said, I liked mixing the idea of sort of sound or music, and sort of weather, or a sort of prohibitive season as it relates to some like human process. But yeah, I think there are a lot of details in there I still got to color in. Shout out to all of you who've been commenting on the lyrics. Do let me know if there's sort of like some insight that would help me you know, get at sort of the remaining details that I didn't pick up on. But musically, that was fantastic. I do get the comparison to the Chauffeur. There were a couple moments in particular where it had that like, it's sort of like darkly elegant, like it had grace to it, but also sort of like a heaviness. And again, the percussion in particular, it had a marching on sort of feel to it, like this heavy, plodding, relentless, implacable sort of feel. But above that, there were those angelic vocals floating. Simon singing again. I mean, what can you say? Just one of the best and most unique voices. I hate saying that. Most unique. You know, unique is an all or nothing quality. You're either one of a kind or you're not one of a kind. But I find myself often trying to express the way it's such its own thing. So perhaps I should just say unique without any qualification. You know, I really don't know if there are any other voices like that. But yeah, I love his singing in this one again. So yeah, shout out to those of you who mentioned it. I absolutely do get why this tune is one that has been very fondly in people's mind. Like I said, I got to hear it some more to sort of try to integrate some of the lyrical themes. But sonically, I definitely I do understand the comparison, like I said, to the Chauffeur. So let me know what you think. Let me know if there's another tune. Is there just one left or two? Oh wait, no, there is just one. So we're down to the last tune. Which is Proposition. I'm now remembering, as I say that, someone mentioned, you know, this is another example of Duran ending an album with like the perfect tune to finish an album. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Obviously, it's a word which, you know, could be taken in a few different ways. Like in terms of linguistics, a proposition is like a statement. It is a true statement, an articulation of an idea in sentence form. But it could also be a proposal for a sexual dalliance. So yeah, we'll have to see exactly how that manifests, but I am interested, excuse me, interested by the title And someone, like I said, they did mention that this is a particularly good way to end an album. So looking forward to that. Let me know what you think of this one. Other than that, I will see you next time. Peace.